It's in spaces. 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 Yeah. It's in spaces. 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 Yeah. It's in spaces. 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 Yeah. It's in spaces. 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 Yeah. It's in spaces. It's in spaces. It's in spaces. It's in spaces.
Since species. G'day invaders and welcome to In Spaceys. I'm in space, look at this. No, I've got the desk. And I hope I'm getting, the audio's coming out loud and clear, awesome. Now I've got a bit of an unusual setup. I hate it when the camera's here and the monitor's there, so I'll do my best to keep staring at the camera. You really got no idea of how tightly squeezed this setup is. It's not much room to work with, but I do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna do a quick roll call. I've got to get my sound effects going here. Just a second. Welcome. Here we go. So we've got Tiger Max, who's gone off to cook some breakfast. Half his luck. The chat's been going quite busy before we've even got in, so I've got to try and catch back up. We've also got Emerald Rangers. How you doing, matey? Thanks for the thanks for the random games. I'll probably have to save that for a video later. Then we've got Tommy Ted, Uncle Ted. And we've also got Mean Machine Dean. How you doing, matey? And Mr. Toon. He's got to go to work in 5 minutes. Mate, time zones are a killer, aren't they? And Game Train Twitch. How you doing? I hope you stream some Mario tonight. I don't know. Are you talking about this? My eyes are burning. Oh my god, my eyes are burning. Maybe for another video. It's legit. It's fully legit. Hang on, I'll show you. It's whoop, hang on. There we go. It's a real cartridge. Look at it. Isn't it hideous? And we've also got Neurofilmy. Neurofilmy. I still haven't fixed that up. And Saddler9460. We've got a few people in the stream. I might just kick off. So I'm going to get into the gameplay settings. Just 1 sec. Cool. Come on, bring in the graphics. Bring in. That's the only thing about. There we go. That's the only bad thing about the stream elements is it takes a little while for the graphics to kick on in. Now, is there a game that you guys want me to play? Because I actually went into this not really having much of a game plan. This stream tonight is more of an apology for not streaming last night. I'm just going to tidy up something here. I'm waiting for you guys to give me your feedback as to what you want me. Why is Slap Fight a shooter and not a hockey game? I don't know. I don't know who named it. It's an old game though. My god, that's worse than Sonic on Nintendo. Sadler says Sega Genesis Yamaha 2612 for life. Game Train Twitch says he wants to see me play Mario Brothers 3. Well, you're on the wrong channel, dude, or at least you're on the wrong stream. I do that on another one. Slap Fight. Oh, we got Sadler9460 following. Thank you very much. I've got to quickly reach for my sound effects. Where? Come on. There it is. Alright. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, Mr. Toon's going. No. Oh, man. Oh, I guess you got to work, you know. This is, yeah. Part of life, part of being an adult. But yes, have a good shift. Don't get into any trouble like I do on every shift. I cause a lot of trouble at my work. Getting back. Getting sidetracked here. Hang on. Wrong sound effect. You got no idea how fun it is to have a soundboard just lit up with all the sound effects that you want. It is just so addictive, but I have got people watching. I've got to get on with this. Has anyone decided what they want me to want to watch me play? Something in English, preferably. Maybe some Beyond Oasis. Beyond Oasis isn't on this one, I don't think. This is the Japanese one, remember? And why am I yelling? You can hear me. I was gonna say that was a raspy one there. Is this the Sega Genesis Mini? No, it's the Mega Drive Mini, the Japanese version, with the authentic 6-button Sega Mega Drive controller. Hang on, I'll try and see if I can. I don't want to move the camera because it took ages to set that camera up right, but that's what I'm using there. I have my Mega Drive Mini turning up today, mate. You are gonna be in for a cool little, at least a few hours here. Like, there's a few hundred hours worth of video games in this. I got my 6-button ready. Yeah, so this is the, as I said before, that's the. Hang on, I'll get back out. All right. No, not that camera angle. No. Don't look. That's the one. All right. So that's the Mega Drive, the official 6-button controller. I've got all these controllers down here. It's becoming a bit of a wreck. This is my. Oh my god, have I scratched it? No, okay. So this is the 3-button one that comes with the Mega Drive Mini for the West. And everything except the D-pad feels authentic. The D-pad has a slightly more coarser feel to it, so it's not quite the same. But actually it's an improvement because it gives you more, a bit more grip. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. What? Fortunately, none of my team turned up, so the screen you are currently on in the office I'll be using. Wow, that's nice. So this is the retro. This cord is so huge. This is such a long cord that they give you with this one. So this is the retro bit controller. It's a 6-button one, and compared to the official one, I've done this comparison quite a few times, but I think it doesn't hurt to keep doing it. There we go. That's the two of them side by side, and there's really not much difference between the two, except that one has a mode button underneath the start button, which I hate. I hate having that button there because it always gets in the way when you're trying to reach for the start button. But this one only has the start button in the middle, and you hit reset by hitting the mode button, which is where the authentic 6-button controller has its mode button to go from 6-button mode to. Oh, it's all complicated. From 6-button mode to 3-button and back again. So LIB 91. Now the retro bit doesn't have its serial code on there. The LIB 91. Are you? Fine. No, okay. So I've put my original authentic one away, buried over there somewhere. I've got controllers and crap everywhere. I need to tidy up and I need to put some stuff in storage, which is kind of sad. I hate doing it, but it's just getting out of hand, this room. So I was thinking we probably could get stuck into some wrestle ball. I love me some wrestle ball. Now I got to do something about this lighting because you can still see the border and I don't like it. I got to get this sorted. I'm going to get because my light is all the way over there. And I'm going to get an Elgato one eventually, but they're so expensive. And I want to put it above the TV looking right down on me. Which is going to kind of suck having the light right in my face, but it has to be done. It's a joke on how you were holding the Mega Drive upside down 16-bit instead of... Oh, right, wow. Only one person got that, and that was you. By the way, you can hack the Mega Drive Mini already. Yeah, but I'm waiting for it to get a little bit more... How would you say? I want them to iron out all the bugs before I do it. And then I've got to make a decision as to which Mega Drive Mini I hack the power version or the Japan one. Pixelated close-ups, MS-DOS memories of Zone 66. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, that's right. Mean Machine D. We're just waiting. I'm waiting for it to get more refined and get all the bugs ironed out. Pixelated close-up, MS-DOS memories of Zone 66. I don't know what that game is. Oh, it's a top-down shooter. Okay, let's get on with this. Now, I've had no luck with winning on this. I did win it, but then I won the first game. And then I saved over the top of my save file. That's the end. And that's the thing I don't like about... It's a negative about the Mega Drive Mini. And that is that I prefer the saving system of the Super Nintendo Classic. The reason being is that if you want to save or go to your save point on the Mega Drive Mini, you have to actually start the game. Once the game started, then you have to go into the menu and then do it. But from the Super Nintendo one, you can just go into any save from the front screen, the front menu, which I think works better. Alright, and we'll stack this goalkeeper up a bit. Need Speedball 2 on it. Nah, Speedball 2's got nothing on this game, I hate to tell ya. This is better than Speedball 2. I can remember how to play. There we go. It's just so addictive. Yes, I'm calling this better than Speedball 2, whether you like to hear it or not. And I've got both, so I can call it. But just like Speedball 2, you got multiple ways of scoring, but you got more scoring options in Speedball 2, so I'll give that I think that works in Speedball 2's favour. But I just think the combat options in this are way better. You hold down the button to charge up your attack, and yes, it is an attack. Oh, like then I just got belted. And I like when you hit the players out, the screen flashes to give it that extra bit of dramatic appeal. Ooh, goalie almost got taken out. So unfortunately, for those who are just tuning in, this is not on the Mega Drive Mini available in the West. You have to get this one from Japan. Now, I don't recall if this is on the Asian version, because remember that there's a Japanese version and there's also an Asian version of the Mega Drive Mini, and the games vary quite a bit between all of the different variants, which is just so strange, isn't it? But the same thing happened with the Famicom and the NES. And also the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo Mini got Super Street Fighter 2, and I would have preferred that. So you can see why I struggle on this. It's pretty hard to get. It's a scrap fight. Come on, no! Touchdown! Oh no! Gotta catch them all, Mega Mini. Yeah, I got 2 more to get if I want the set. This said would have been nice to allow everyone to have a mix of everyone's game from other regions. Yeah, I know that. See, our idea of what the Mega Drive Mini and these classic consoles is different to the marketing people. The marketing people want to give you a broader range of the classic games that were popular in our regions, and that's not what I want. I want to be able to get a chance to play games that were hard to come by, or maybe people just like hidden gems. Games that people didn't get to play that were actually really good. And this is one of those examples of a game that people just don't know about. Would have been perfect for the Mega Drive Mini, and for whatever reason they just decided no, not to go with it. And it's not like they got to pay any royalties. Namco's the only company that they need to pay the royalties to. I'm sure that Namco's not doing anything with the rights to this game lately. Now, apparently this is available on PlayStation 2 as part of some sort of a Namco Classics disc. I have not seen that, but someone did comment on it on the last stream that I was doing. Oh, he got dealt. Go, son! Hard to get the goalie knocked out. Looks nice, just fits really poorly. Not sure what you're talking about there, sorry, I wasn't watching the chat. No, I screwed up. Oh, that was close. After this quarter, I might just not change the game over. I'm sure you guys are getting bored of this. Oh, yeah. But I used to play this for ages. This is one of those games that I had on disc back in the day. And just this year, I picked it up on cartridge, an original copy. I'm trying to track down. It's somewhere in this room. Alright, I'll save that. So you got to go into the reset button, which you press by hitting the mode button, which is not something that's available from the free button controller. So you hit mode to reset. That gets into this system menu. And then you hit A. I keep forgetting to hit A because I'm used to hitting C to confirm. So A, and then you just select your save state. Pretty simple stuff, really. But like I said, I would have liked an option that, because the Super Nintendo has the games all in a row, and as you pick the game, your save points are displayed down below, which I prefer. But I keep forgetting you can do the spines. How weird does the spines look in the... Actually, I'll go to Japanese. I love that MD logo. And notice how that... Yep, they've all got the MD logo on every single game. So I'm going to catch up with the chat because I was getting really caught up in the game. I'm so sorry. Machine Dean was saying needs Speedball 2 on it. I don't know why they couldn't do it. No, I wonder who owns the rights to that. I gotta get a Speedball 2 shirt. That's coming. It's a top-down space shooter. Okay, we've gone through that. I think we need to have a chat. What? About... Okay, we're going back on about WrestleBall there. Even though I love this game, I find myself playing Speedball 2 a little bit more. Oh, okay. I'm the other way around, but yeah, I think it's because WrestleBall's got more of a arcade feel to it, like you pointed out. This said would have been nice to have a bit. Yep, we read that. Tommy was saying that it's on the PS1 and it's from memory has 3D graphics. Man, I gotta see that. You know what game that's a collection of Sega Channel games? Found out that's a Sega CD game. What? Hang on. So you're telling me that there's a Mega CD game on this, which is this one. So this was actually a Mega CD game, but it says Mega Drive cartridge. Okay, I'll open this up. I get a Speedball 2 shirt from 7 Square. The quality is awesome. I'm in trouble at the moment with the missus and buying things. I have a top secret project on the way. Part of a video coming up, and this video is, I think, going to be one of my best ones. But I had to splurge out a bit to get it to happen. It's to be revealed. This is on Sega CD under the name of Sega Games Camp. Alright, so this is a Sega Channel game. I showed this off the last time I was on. It's got 12 average games. they're pretty lame for the most part. Except, I love this game because I've got 2 versions of this. I've got this on the SC3000. I've also got this on the Master System, and now I've got the Mega Drive version finally. Penguin Land! One of the very first games I've got to play, the Master System version that is, one of the very first games I've got to play that has battery save. Teddy Boy flipping the bird. I'll have to check out Teddy Boy to see if it's the same as your version that you got me. Alright, there's a bunch of instructions that have no use to me. Music's changed up. Not sure what I think about that. Alright, so this is just your training ground. This didn't get released to the West. Not this version anyway. So now you can't drop the egg lower than that line. So that's your challenge. And there's polar bears and crap that try to break your egg. You also got to remember you can't drop the egg into a place where if you land on the egg and it's in between 2 blocks, you'll break the egg. So there's all these it's like a puzzle game platform. And you can make your own levels on the Master System version, and it will save those levels for you. Alright. What am I gonna do here? Great, now I've got to work out how to get that down. There we go. Done. It reminds me of Ice Climber, but you're going down. Yeah, not very many games go vertical like that. Horizontal, what's wrong with me? Alright, here we go, the polar bears introduce new challenges. And that takes care of him. Now I can't land on that egg the way it is because I will squash that egg. So I need to be careful. There we go. No, right there. No. I'm so looking forward to PAX. You got no idea how big a deal this is. And we'll take care of him. It used to be satisfying when I had the SC3000 version of this. It was so satisfying taking care of those bastards. So if they get the egg, they'll destroy it. Game over. Oh no! I don't know what flag means. Take care of these punks. Has Game Center CX played this game? I don't know. I'm not. It's a show. For those who don't know, Game Center CX is a Japanese show based on this fictitious video game company, and it's this man's job. His single job is to play games and beat those games. And it's unfortunately not a show that's really well supported in English. I would love to see an English version of that, or at least decent subtitled DVDs come out of that video, of that show. Sorry. Oh God. I have a feeling this will be the best way to go. I'm gonna take care of this jerk first. Excuse me. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Done. Okay. My mini should be coming today in the UK. Mega Nelly. Sorry. Glad to see you on board, mate. The game audio is a tad loud. Well, everyone was whinging the other night that it was too soft, so that was the reason why I had it up louder. I'll turn it down. Anyway, I think we've seen enough of Penguin Land. And save that. And see what I've done there? I've just saved, I've loaded over the top. Oh, it doesn't matter. That sucks. Because it wasn't in English. So I better change this over to English. So when you change it over to the English, it goes to Genesis and it shows you Genesis box art, as you can see. But when you go to, I don't know, Italiano, it goes to Mega Drive and it shows you Mega Drive box art. But it doesn't do that for the Mega Drive PAL version. And another thing is that we suspect, this is when I say we, DJ Slopes, and I suspected the same thing as well, that unless we hack it, there's no way of knowing, but we suspect that there's 3 different versions. So there's 3 different ROM versions of some of these games across 3 different regions. But we won't know until we hack it. But that's what we think is the case. He is flipping the bird. Well, okay. Let's go back into that game and see what you're talking about. So that was this one here. Teddy Boy. And I was going to save this for later, but I might as well show it off. Teddy Boy Blue. Oh no, it's got a see-through. It's one of those screen games. Oh no. But anyway, you get the point. That's Teddy Boy Blues, which is this one. Mega Drive always been hacked. Already been hacked. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't take that long, but I don't think what they've done so far is a steady, stable hack just yet. Wow, this is different to the Master System version, isn't it? Oh, heaps good! So this is actually an arcade game. I've forgotten how to play this. Very much a flicky type style game with repetitive. Yeah, they very much just based this on flicky. Yay! Oh, we got Schnoogs in the comments, have we? Okay, the number there represents how many enemies are locked away in that block. I guess it's a clock. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. I think this game on the Master System has the same game over graphic as Alex Kidd, with the ghost rising up. There was a couple of things that they had in. This is Sega I'm talking about, that they were doing it across all their games. Sega were definitely doing their own little thing. You know, they had their... Oh, man. How you been, Spaceys? What? You were just talking to me before. Sorry, I'm confused, Tiger Max. Don't forget, tomorrow, 10:30. Australian Standard Eastern Time, whatever they call it, AEST. At 10:30, I will be hosting episode number 12 of the Synth Spacey Show. That's right, we've gone a full year of hosting the Synth Spacey Show. Now, here's a sad thing. I've only got 2 questions sent in. But this will be the first time that I'm going to have to come up with some questions of my own. Unless you guys want to quickly send in your own videos now. If you can get those questions in quickly, I can feature them tomorrow. As soon as this is over, this stream, I have to start doing the voiceovers and everything for tomorrow. Yay! What's that in proper time? Proper time? Listen to it. I'm not sure what that is in. Oh. Oh, come on. To give you an indication of what time that will be, it is now currently 7:55 p.m. here in Australia, in Sydney, right now. Thanks, Mean Machine Dean. Oh, he's got one more. Cool. Anyway, this has been fun and all, but I think it's time we moved on. Now my Italian's a bit rough, but I think ritorno al menu principale. I think that's just return to the principal menu. There was enough English in there to give me a hint. I think I'll change it back to lingo. I like that. We'll change it to English. For you lazy gits fighting in the comments section, take it out. If anyone, by the way, is interested in becoming a moderator, a referee for the comments section, shoot me a message, because I had an incident last stream. Now, okay, I'll bring up the game. You probably have already seen me brag about it. Yeah, I had a troll. Mean Machine Dean's just asking if I had a troll. And I was playing this, Musha Released. And as I was playing this game, the composer for this game actually came in on the chat. And he actually joined in on the chat, and it was like a huge honor, right? To have the sorry, I'm being really rude. Hang on a second. Takoyaki Sakota. Is that right? I gotta be careful, because he actually could be watching right now. We were talking about him, and he was watching in the chats, and he's now become a friend of mine on Facebook. And maybe one day I might get to eventually finally meet him. But that's not the story, as cool as the story that is. While I was having an awesome moment listening, watching this guy chatting in my comments section, I had another guy who wanted to do something, stir up trouble in the comments. Yeah, Sakota Toshiaki is his name. But this other guy came in on the chat with a fake account and says, finally, I finally get a moment to tell you what I really think of you. I'm like, what? Oh no, not this guy. And he's the same guy that's been whinging and complaining about the fact that he was sending out shout outs on his Follow Friday for 2 months. He was shouting me out and I didn't shout him back. And I just didn't see his shout outs, to be quite honest. I might have just said thank you, because I get so many shout outs that sending me a shout out doesn't really get my attention. Like I appreciate it, but because I get so many people shouting me out, it's just another notification for me. If he really wanted me to put him in a shout out, all he had to do was just message me. I would have gone, yeah, sure, no problem, I'll shout you out. But I'm glad that I didn't shout him out, because the guy's a lunatic. I don't want to be promoting lunatics. So anyway, he was lurking in the comments section. Now, for those who don't know, I've got 4 chats going at once, and I can briefly see across all 4 of them on one screen. But if anyone is on, say, YouTube causing trouble like this guy was, I have to stop the stream and go over there and right click and bar him, or whatever it takes to bar him. He actually had got a face to the name. I might be able to re-edit my. Okay. So yeah, he's an obsessive butt nugget. So what I'm asking is if anyone wants to become a moderator in the chats, by all means go ahead and send me a message. I would welcome it because as much I have got a plan. If I do see anything anything else like this happen again, I will try and set this plan into action. I don't have it quite set up yet, but yeah, I want to be better equipped at handling that kind of thing in future. Tiger Max is volunteering. Well, thank you very much. But what are you volunteering? Which platform? I guess Twitch. You'll be handling Twitch. Because I do have... No one comments bad on Facebook anyway. But I've got Facebook going and I've also got Mixer and also YouTube all going at once. The trouble can lurk in any one of those 4 platforms. Anyway, so for those who don't know, this is Musha Released. This is my favourite shoot 'em up of all time. And it's a sequel to Power Strike, which was a Master System game. And the music, in case you can't already tell, because someone told me to turn the volume down, the music is awesome. I'm going to try and see if I can do better this time around. I was so embarrassed to play the way I did while the composer for the game was watching. Well, how's this, right? This is so cool. So, Toshiaki has now got a contract for a music company, and he's going to be working on this album, and he's been sending me tracks for this new album that's coming out, and they sound awesome. Like, I know everyone's taste in music varies, I get that, but if you want to know what kind of music we're talking, the first track sounded very much like Joe Satriani, and the other track that he sent me was very much like Poison from the 80s. So there's this big movement at the moment for music it's going away from. There's a lot of music that's moving away from what we grew up in the 90s with, and it's refreshing to see someone still releasing music that we grew up with and is still cool. I call it cool. I don't care. At me in the comments. The only bad thing about playing a game like this is that I can't read the comments. Oh, country rap? Is that even a thing? I can't think of anything more insane than country rap. What are we talking country rap? As in boot scooting rap? That sounds like a contradiction. So you got these power-ups that come along, and if you get, like for example, a power-up just came along then, but I'm on the green shooter, I don't want to get that because I want to wait for the next green, and so I can power up my attack. Then you got these other things coming along which are like your little dudes. Here we go. Yeah, now we're talking. And then we got these other dudes that follow you, those 2 shooters. Classic Game Room, he calls them his little buddies. So I'm happy to go with that term. I don't know what the actual official term is, but they're little buddies. And you got to get the there's a ship that comes along and drops off. There they are. You got to try and catch them to get more fighters, more buddies. You can see up the top it shows I've got 8 little buddies and I've got 4 extra lives. But this is on easy. I don't want to. I want to finish this if I can. And I can change the formation of these little buddies. So if I hit A, it actually changes different formats. And I prefer to use reverse because reverse means that if I go left, they'll be pointing right. And if I go right, they'll be pointing left. So I can kind of control where they're shooting. And the cool thing about this game, I think, is just how much they really milked the Mega Drive. The Mega Drive was not supposed to be able to do this. I just got hit. So now I've got to get the next... Oh! I wasn't expecting to get walloped from behind. That's not what you're meant to do. And of course... I get to the end of level boss with only the pea shooter. I love the explosion sound. I'm trying to concentrate because I don't want to screw up. Tiger Max, what are you doing with the Meow teaching icons everywhere? Oh yeah, so tomorrow I should remind you all that at 10:30 I will be hosting the 12th episode of the Synth Spacey Show, and I got hit. Great. And I'll be hosting Uncle Chunt and also Meow Teaching and the Top Loader. And you might recognize that track. Yes, that's the intro for the Synth Spacey's channel. It came up as a question last night, or not last night, night before. Do I have the rights to use that track? Technically, no, but considering he's subscribed to my channel and he has not said anything, I guess that's as good as an endorsement as I can get. If he did decide that he does not want me to use that track, I would change it, but I tell ya, it would be kind of heartbreaking to change it. Because when I set up my channel way back in 16, Shaker Maker, Shaker Maker will just call ya. Thanks for the follow. I would do a sound effect to celebrate, but I'm kind of preoccupied. Hey! Leave my bum alone. Oh no! I think that's because I'm using... I've got the speed change. You see those little red arrows at the top of the screen? I gotta slow it down a bit because it's very easy to just overshoot and bash into the sides. Quick. There we go. But yeah, thanks for the follow, by the way, Shaker Maker. Don't touch that one. I want to upgrade. Leaving that power up. Go by the side. still trying to decide what my favorite track is. That's how good the soundtrack on this game is. It's just hard to pick a favorite. There's so many cool tracks. I think I only got one of those. Yeah. Thank you. Now we've got the upgrade going. Leave my bum alone. Quote. Since Spacey's 2019. I'm sure someone will clip that, because no one clips the cool things. Like when Toshiaki joined the stream, no one clipped that. Toshiaki did. He actually posted that. That was not a cool thing. He posted that on his official YouTube channel. And like I said, I got to be careful because he's probably lurking in the comment section right now. Has he got a Twitter account? No, I have been trying to find him on Twitter, and I think he's just not interested in Twitter. I know GameSack shouted out about the fact that they thought it was cool that he subscribed to their channel. So the cool thing about this weapon is that it can barge past the firepower and just blast its way through to him. Sweet. No front loader. I know what you're talking about. Well, it's my last subscription day to her channel, so I've got to use it. I don't know. I've got to catch up on that chat. That's the only downer about playing a game like this, is that you're focused on not getting your ass kicked, and this game's got crap flying everywhere. And it's just this is such a shame that this game, yeah, is not on the PAL version. Because this game is worth, like, well, when I say worth, you have to fork out $300 odd or something like that to be able to purchase said product. Then you got to be careful of all the fakes that are running around out there. I still remember the first time seeing that. That was such a cool moment. And when do you notice that when you kill any bugs, the bugs that are attacking you, they fall into the canyon below. What a cool touch. Power up. Oh no, I didn't want to use that. Oh well. Probably could do with the protection on this now. This kind of reminds me of the Battletoads. We're gonna make it, gonna make it, gonna make it, gonna make it. Ah, crap! Jeez. It's tempting to pick up those power-ups, but then you get your butt kicked. Alright, so this is the ultimate phase of this weapon, and it's kind of weird because it tones down the protection, but it allows you also to use the protection as attacks. If that makes sense. It's shooting out those blue orbs. Just Just the artwork that's in this game too is just awesome. Pixelated art too. You got to try and make something look cool just using 16-bit of blast processing. So that's it, I can't power up anymore. This is the maximum. Tiger Max said he's surprised that Brazil didn't get their own version, and I got to agree. Tech Toys didn't cut, but then again, they're probably looking at this going, yeah, whatever. We've been doing Mega Drives for years. There is no nostalgia because it never died. Yeah, you're a stinking mess. Go to hell. Love this stage. I think I got up to this last time I was playing. I think I should stick with the blue protection power up because there's a lot of crap that comes at you in this level from all directions. Hey, smiley face, what do you want? Hey, get out of my face, face. Yeah, so I hate to show you this in a way because I don't mean to play this to rub in the fact that the people in the West are not getting this, but I guess I'm kind of celebrating the fact that I'm finally playing a decent version of this in HDMI, because the virtual console version of this is not in the true 60 Hz speed. It's only running at 50, and you notice the difference because the music just doesn't sound as cool. You wouldn't want to have epilepsy playing this. I'm telling you, look at the flashing going on. It's awesome. Oh no! Better grab that. I love this ball. Look at this. Being chained. Let me at him. Let me at him. Oh, this becomes a bit of a bullet hell. Man, that's the thing about this game. If you let your guard down for a bit, you get walloped. Thank you. Need the protection. And like with all these shooters, you end up becoming like a god with the firepower, but then it only takes one thing to undo you, and then you're stuck with a pea shooter again. Oh, get out of my face. Oh no, I just lost the power up and he's gonna die. Oh, that's annoying. I just lost it just when the next one was coming. No, not getting that. Damn it. Thunder. Oh, for a second and I thought I just got hit. I did get hit, damn it. Sweet. Those missiles don't just vanish or go away. They keep coming after you. They're a real pain. Oh, walloped. Last life. Made it just. This could easily pass for an early PlayStation 1 game. Wow, that's a huge compliment for the game. I have a love-hate relationship with this level due to the lightning. Yeah, I can understand that. Attack the enemy supply lines. Now, when I played this back in the day, when I had it on the dodgy, the illegal version that I owned, it wasn't in English. I only had the Japanese version, which is Musha. No, it's a least. What am I doing? It's a least. I've always referred to the game formally as Musha Released. Not Musha or Released, both. Saving up for the next one. Love this freaking boss. The music is timed just right. Go away, you freak bitch. Love it. Yeah, and the music's timed just right. Every time you beat her, it always hits that part of the music and ramps back up. Awesome. Now this one, I always set the dudes on free in this stage. I go through a few though, unfortunately. Oh, Jesus! Does it run at 60 or 50 frames per second? It's 60. When it doesn't slow down like it just did then. I can continue, it's all good. What the... Oh no! What did I just do? Oh no! I thought if you reset it you could just go back and continue, but guess not. Well, I guess I'm not finishing Mega Musha at least. Oh wow, that sucks. I was just getting into this. Alright, well that's been Musha released. That sucks. And that's the only bad thing, is that because there's no rewind feature in this game, I can't just rewind it and go back and go, yeah, that's awesome. So anyway. Ah, that sucked. Normally continue from where you left off in the main menu. from a retro game without a cheat. Merciful. So it's using Genesis ROMs. No, it's using Genesis ROMs when I've got it selected in English. But if I go to Japanese and then start that same game up again, it will be all in Japanese. And it won't be Musha, it will be Elise. If I can find it. There it is. So the title screen changes. It's the same game, but the language has changed. I'll wait for the title screen to come up. Play Yo-Yo Hakusho. Is that a beat 'em up? Is that the one-on-one fighting game? Not Power ROMs. No, it's not. Well, hang on. That's the thing we were talking about before. I suspect that if you play it in so now it's showing in Japanese, and this is the version that I was playing, except I was running a Japanese cart on an Australian Mega Drive, so therefore it would run slow at 50 hertz. That sucked. Anyway, I'll get out of this. I'm just showing off the fact. If I go to, I'm trying to think of a game. I'm trying to think of a game that's across all three different regions. Technically speaking, there's 4 regions, but we'll say 3 just to make it simplified. If I go to, thinking this is German. No, that's French. Oh, that'll do. So if I go to French, thinking that's French. Could be wrong. Oh, I don't think of a game that actually changes. There's no game that changes 3 different formats across 3 different regions. Pro Protector's probably one. So Pro Protector comes up as Pro Protector. Actually, Castlevania would be the one to show off. Which is not called Castlevania in Japan. So there's Castlevania, the new generation. Sounds like a Pepsi commercial. Konami! This is back before they became bastards. Alright, so we'll wait for the title screen to flash up, because that's all you need to see. Streets of Rage 2 changes, yes, but it doesn't. It only changes between Bare Knuckle 2 and Streets of Rage 2. But this game has, I think, 3 different title screens across 3 different regions. I'll see in a second anyway. So I always thought she was supposed to be a giant or something. I don't know what's going on in that screen. Because one region uses Bare Knuckle, another uses number 2, and the other one uses the Roman numeral. Oh, that's a good point. Did the aspect ratio get wider? No. Well, there are a couple of games that do have a slightly different... Alright, so this is Castlevania, the new generation. So that's on Mega Drive. Now, if I get out... Oh, sorry, my French is rusty. Alright, so that's Mega Drive. Go back to English. Anglass. So it's always fun to see what other languages refer to English as. Alright, so now it's Bloodlines. Same game with more censorship apparently. You know, crosses and rubbish taken out. So this is that was the Power Mega Drive. This is the Genesis. So this one should have the least amount of censorship, I think. Just trying to, I don't know if you'll spot anything in just the opening scene. Is she meant to be a large chick or is she small now? I don't get it. title for one doesn't show Blue Blood. What? Blue Blood? The music is faster. So there you go, that's Bloodlines. And with dripping blood. That was not in the power version. They didn't have the blood dripping or anything. Alright. And now a bit of Japanesey. I don't know, I just find it fun to compare different region versions of the same game. And it's Vampire Killer. I'm not a fan of that name. It's just too generic. Because Germany are prudes. She's not big, just perspective. Okay. Music's faster again. So we've got Drac Boy showing in the background, same thing. Green haired chick walking through the window. Past the window, I should say. So for once, America got a less censored game. I know, right? That doesn't usually happen. Why is Dracula more pretty than the green-haired woman? Depends on what you're into, Remold. And Vampire... well, it has blood dripping as well. But it's just called Vampire Killer. And based on that alone, you'd think it has nothing to do with Castlevania, except when you see the game running. But you'd still be asking, is it a Castlevania game or just a knockoff? But it's made by Konami, so you'd have to think, well, it's definitely a Konami Castlevania entry. Anyway, that was just an interesting little look at. So this has got 3 different ROMs for that one game, but the Mega Drive that came out in the West, this one, would only have 2 that you can access, with the 3rd one being locked away because they just forgot to unlock it. That's what we think is happening, because you can't unlock you can't get access to the Genesis titles. Only Mega Drive on the Mega Drive Mini in the West. The Belmont Vampire Hunters Clan's passed down magic whip is called the Vampire Killer. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. But I'm not the biggest Castlevania head, so it's not for me personally. But I know it's a huge franchise, so I'm not going to poo-poo it. I don't want to piss the fanboys off. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of it myself. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Revenge of Shinobi is in this mix. Not Shinobi 3. That was awesome. What was the game that Emerald Rangers you wanted me to play? Yu Yu Haku. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot to play this. I forgot to play this on the first. I have no idea what these characters are. Yu Yu Hakusho. Asuko. One of yous is right. One of yous is wrong. So why do we get the rubbish mini? I don't know if you want to call it a rubbish mini. It's just, it's got one less ROM that you can access. I wouldn't think that it's anything too much to get upset about. So this is one of the rare games on the Mega Drive Mini that actually uses 6 buttons. And I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm playing this. This is the hill I'm choosing to die on, Spaceys. Alright. Good luck with that. Alright. Well, right away I've got no idea what I'm guessing that's options. Oh, we've got some wobbly effect thing going on in the background. That's cool. And I'm just repeating myself. Good one. Top option, because that's the best one. Alright. I don't like this title screen, select screen. I have no idea what these characters are. Go green-haired dude versus pink-haired girl. It's so generic. She just uppercutted me to the ball sack. And then another jab to the ball sack. Oh, okay, so this is one of those games where it's got two levels. Maybe if I just stop commentating and actually try to work on beating the crap out of this cow. Yeah, you got a hit in. It's a bit awkward when you don't know the buttons. Alright, so Y jumps between the planes. Yay. Yeah, that's it. Can we do grabs? Oh, we can. Okay. Oh, grabs him by the waist and whacks him in the nutsack. Did it again. Leave my nutsack out of this. So there's really only a couple of attack buttons. Yay! Street Fighter 2 characters appear in the background on one of the episodes. Okay. Surprised they didn't put McDonald games in by Treasure and he. That wasn't McDonald. Hang on. Did Treasure do a McDonald's game? Oh, hang on. I think I read something about that one. I've just never played it myself. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, this game looks grainy. I know they're going for some sort of an art style, but I'm just not a fan. I suppose if you were playing the Mega Drive back in the day and you couldn't afford a Sega Saturn or PlayStation, then this was the next best thing. Five-hit combo. Hit a dick. So why am I losing exactly? No, I'm not. Okay, good. Oh. Two-hit combo to the nutsack. McDonald's Treasureland Adventures. Well, now that I've got Global Gladiators, I've got to complete the fast food franchise and get that. There wasn't a Burger King game on the Mega Drive. But there is Cool Spot, so I guess that's another junk food. Alright. I think I've had enough of that game, to be quite honest. I'm gonna play this one because I don't have any idea what I'm doing in this, but I just want to continue to play it until we get to the first advertisement that's in the game, because I think it's just kind of cool to see advertisement for a Mega Drive peripheral. You'll see what it is in a minute. So this is based on a TV show that was in Japan at the time. So I'm guessing that means Mega Quiz. So this was a 4-player game back in the day. And it was meant to be an exact replica of a TV show, hence the 7 a.m. 7 p.m. I'm not sure, up the top right, showing on the screen to indicate the time, which is what they do in Japan. There's a fan-made Pringles game made for the Mega Drive. I did not know that. So you pick your answer to this question, which I've got no idea what that is, by either pressing A, B, C, or the yeah, I got that wrong. By using the D-pad. I'm going to get a lot wrong here because unless you guys can help out with the Japanese. I have no idea what's going on. I think they're just introducing the guests. The middle one, is it just me or does that look like Michael Jackson? There we go, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Advertising the 4-player adapter, which I've never seen. I've never seen that 4-player adapter, only the EA Sports one. The Sega tab. Available now for only 3,000 yen. That's all I wanted to show you. But yeah, that guy in the middle, he looks like Michael Jackson. I think they nailed it. And the dude to the right of him is Burger King. I don't know. Alright, I'm getting out of this one. Kind of dull. Street Fighter 2, why not? Our contestants from left to right are Johnny Millennium, Sylvester Stallone, Michael Jackson, Johnny Rotten, and Princess Peach. Of course, why not? Sounds legit. Why did they swap out the black guy getting punched out in the arcade version with this being now the white guy getting switched out? I don't understand why they changed it at all. And it's on all console versions, when you think of it. Only the arcade version had the two guys being different race, different colours. But the console versions always had the same white guy getting smacked. Ah, they were afraid of being racist because it was around the Rodney King era. Okay, that would probably make sense. God, not much has changed, has it? You notice how this is special championship edition, not the Japanese version. So it's using the Western ROM. India! Ah, great, the elephant stage. It is hard to get the Hadoukens out, I must admit. Oh, sit down, Dowson. Go home. I would love to get the alternative version of Street Fighter 2 and have that ROM played on this. How did he headbutt his way out of that? Too early for you to be defeated. Ah. I wonder if the Japanese translations are the same as what they did for the West, or did they just come up with random... I always thought fighting against Ryu was cheap. Come on, see what I mean? I saw an article about 8 different times that Street Fighter 2 in the arcade pulled a fast one on you. And it showed different examples of the computer pulling off moves that you cannot do as a human player. Like that bullshit. I remember so well when Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Street Fighter Super Championship Edition, I think that is, came out. The most annoying level, the previous. Oh, yeah, India level is just annoying for me. I hated how they had one version of Street Fighter where they gave Ryu a full beard. Like he's just gone all feral. Oh, come on. Ooh, double knockout. But you don't see that often. He always blocks that sweep kick. Every other character cops it. Oh. That's bullshit. This is pathetic or what? Oh, perfect. There's always that one time where you're playing this and then you just get your ass handed to you. So much more often than others. That's it, I'm rage quitting. Getting out of this. And a gutful. There's a lot of hard games on this actually, now that I think about it. I kind of am disappointed with Road Rash being on here because I like Road Rash. That's not the part I'm disappointed about. I'm disappointed by... Oh, Matthew Hubbard. I thought it was Rob Hubbard. That's almost his brother that made music for this. There it is, Rob Hubbard. I didn't know. That's the first time I've spotted that. Anyway, yeah, I'm disappointed that Road Rash 2 is on here because EA should have pitched in with more games. The Jungle Strike series, like, or the Desert Strike series in general. That's missing. Why isn't that on there? Mutant League Football, Mutant League Hockey, NHL 94, Poltergeist, or whatever it was called. All these awesome EA games that were coming out at the time. Even Madden. Surely they could have done something with Madden. Come here, you little bitch. I used to spend hours on this game, it was ridiculous. No! Ooh. When did he get a chain? Marble Madness can go to hell. Oh, don't hit Natasha. Natasha's your only ally in this. It is actually hard to connect the hits on this. Oh yes, thank you very much. Appreciate the upgrade. Used to love kicking them into the cars. That was like the one thing you always try. Oh no, come on, what are you doing? Blizzard games. What games did they? Is Star Control a Blizzard game? That was Accolade that published it, but you'd have to jog my memory. Don't hit the copper. The thing I loved about this game was that every game was different. You couldn't predict how you were going to get, how every game was going to go. Like you could be going through those crossroads and a car hits you, or you get hit by a moose. There's so many different variables. And the Master System version of this actually looks halfway decent. Yes, third place, I'll take it. Could have done better. Oh yeah, an NBA Live 95. You know what the Mini needed? No, Emerald Rangers. What did the Bubsy and no, get out. No, no, no way. Any more backlip from you, Emerald Rangers, we'll have to boot you. Bloody Bubsy, that game can go to heck. Half of these games I've got no idea what they are. This game is super hard. So this is Slap Fight Mega Drive. Very arcadey, very old school. Not overly exciting. There are far better shooters on the Mega Drive that they could have gone with. What's the Twin Cobra? Man, it is hard because your spaceship flies so freaking slow. Grab that shit. Oh, how did I not get hit? Jeez, Soccer Kid. And Virtual Racing would have been a nice little nod to just show you how far games have come. But maybe they could have put Virtual Racing and Virtual Racing 32X Edition. There's a lot of games that could have made it on this list. But you know what? Everyone's going to hack the crap out of this and then it's not going to be an issue. That one is a turn-based game, so I got no idea how to play it. There's a lot on this game, on this version that, yeah, I can't use because they're. You know what? I'll put the. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Hope that's not gonna mess with anything. And I'm just gonna swap it out for the PAL Mega Drive Mini. Ah, come on. This is live TV, folks. Phantasy Star 4 is good. Yep, definitely. Would have been nice to see Phantasy Star 2 chucked in there as well. Alright, so this is the Mega Drive Mini West version. Change it to Japan, you get the same thing come up, but you get those games come up in Japanese instead. There's a couple of games where the spines aren't showing the Mega Drive, which is different to the Japanese version. So Earthworm Jim, Virtual Fighter 2, Vector Man do not have the Mega Drive spine showing, which is interesting. Tommy's going away for a second. Okay, see you in a second. Yeah, Altered Beast. I know everyone's sentimental about Altered Beast, but seriously, that game can get stuffed. Why did they waste a spot for Virtual Fighter 2? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan. So no physical release. I don't know what you're talking about. Earthworm Jim and Vector Man were Sega Channel exclusives in Japan. Oh, right. Makes sense. I still could have tapped on the Mega Drive logo just to keep the consistency there. Because if it's not a real game, then the fact that they put the Mega Drive logo in is not going to be going against any, like, it's not going to be less authentic because it's not real anyway. That always bothered me when the game hung like that. Yeah, I don't think this game aged well. There was a Strider release just recently on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, I think. It was based on a Japanese manga cartoon. That didn't take long. I knew I had to get to there for the safe zone, but just couldn't make it. I always thought it was a cool character, cool potential. The screen, they made the character too big. They couldn't see enough of the screen at any given time to really get a full idea of control, sense of control. Yeah, that doesn't suck. There's so much slowdown going on. It's yeah, I was still learning how to program for the Mega Drive, I think, at this stage. Alright, we're in the Human Centipede, yay! Okay. Emulated it first as a team and was completely lost. Yeah, totally agree. And this game would have been coming out very close to the end of the USSR. So I don't know if it was political, some of the themes they were touching. But yeah, it does seem to be very heavily based around around Russia. I think I was supposed to not dilly-dallying across that level. Because I hate games that keep randomly spawning enemies. What, you're just meant to die here, or...? Ah. Right! Level has my favourite music from the attract mode of the arcade. Yeah, the music's great. Like I said, there are so many elements of this game that had potential, but it just doesn't age well. Like, you should be having there should be a run button. No, I don't get it. That noise doesn't get annoying, does it? Dim 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 dim. Dim 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 dim. Maybe you need to knock on the door. Oh, I see. So the yellow part is what destroys it. You got okay. Oh, and then you meet Monkey Boy. So this is the part they kept showing off on screenshots, and the screenshots looked awesome, but when it was in motion, when it was animating, it looks like ass. And I did a Strider too, but oh my god, it's a terrible game. And here, you Donkey Kong wannabe. Ugh. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to look at the way it... I seriously was wanting to go down and look at the way the face got destroyed. Too busy admiring the graphics. Oh, you can't just go past it. Did you see what it just did then? It had an invisible wall. Yeah, this is not annoying at all, is it? Yeah, this game's slow and buggy. But like I said, they were really hooking this game up. Game of the year. The reason to buy a Genesis. And I guess compared to what was out at the time with the NES, it was considered an arcade option. I just don't think this game holds up too well. And people fondly remember this game. Good news, mate. I'm emailing you a question now. Thanks, Tommy. We've got another question to fill in some time. But you know that Top Loader's just going to talk our eardrums off, and that's going to fill 1 hour. I like how he uses that as a major selling fact. A major selling feature is that he doesn't shut the hell up. And you'll find it kind of interesting that on the Japanese version of the ToeJam and L game, it's in English. Strider became more popular, modernized in fighting games. Yeah. From the top loader of his head. I think with Strider, again, the character has got so much potential. He's so much cooler than Assassin's Creed as a character. But they just didn't go on with it. They didn't milk that franchise. This is interesting that they make this game in English for the Japanese version. Love pulling off 6 pieces on my brother with him in Mortal Kombat. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting he was a playable character. As a kid, I thought ToeJam was a starfish and L was a mutated chocolate baby. What? The hell are you on about? Alright, we got the high tops rocking. I'm not going to play this for long. I guess everyone here's played ToeJam and L enough by now. I will do a session, a stream with ToeJam and L on the Switch because I've got it. I've got a physical copy of it and I still haven't played it. How bad am I? Excuse me, just, you know, here for the presents. Telephone nearby. I loved all the sound effects. I love the sound effects so much that I've got the majority of the sound effects actually saved in this little gadget. Yeah, I've got all the... I've got all the sound effects saved on my deck stream. Oh no, I've run out of the high tops. Rock them again. I saw the first ToeJam and L on the old GamePro show and I had no idea what you're supposed to do. You know, I mod the ToeJam and L Twitch channel. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. That's kind of random, but there you go. Aloha. I just kind of always felt that the potential for ToeJam and L was never really fully reached. Because there's something relaxing about playing these games. I do hope they do a sequel. I would hate to think that it's just a one-off and then they just walk away from the project. ToeJam and L first-person shooter tomato launch game. Even the the second one, Funkotron, was not a bad game, but I remember not liking it because it wasn't like this. But yeah, kudos to the developers. They were trying to do something different. But I want to play the Xbox 360 version, which was originally meant to be a Dreamcast game, but then they had to bring it over to the Xbox the Xbox One. I've got it, but I can't play it because my Xbox won't hook up at the moment. Telltale Adventure. No, don't. Alright, I'll save that. Okay, which one was save? Honey. Honey. Honey, which one's to save? There has been loads of ToeJam and Earl games. ToeJam and Earl 1, 2, and 3, the tomato shooting game. ToeJam and Earl was in that Sega Art game. There was even a cancelled prototype of ToeJam and Earl on the DS, yeah, which I just touched on. And then Back in the Groove. Yeah, there's been heaps of ToeJam and Earl games, but it's had a heap of... It's going to be successful, but then they had to cancel it. It's going to be successful, but it ended up on a dead platform. It's had so much bad luck over the years, and I think maybe now's the time is right to make this franchise great again. I don't know which one of these is saved. There's the top one. All right. Guys, I actually have to get going in a second because I do need to prepare for tomorrow's Since Spacey show. I need to do the voiceover. I haven't done the voiceover for the intro. I just want to show Alex Kidd because this has got I'm seeing if this has got the censored bit that I had on my version. So I had this particular version on the Mega Drive when I first bought the Mega Drive. I don't care what anyone says. I like this game. It's just a little bit underpowered for what a Mega Drive game should be. I get that. I like how his eyes move when he punches. Alright, so I'm gonna try and deliberately lose. Okay. That's the censored bit. That's the part that never made it to the West. Like, what the hell? You got naked kids in this game? What are you guys, nuts? We can't release that in America. Oh, he's all embarrassed. Alright, I might try and win now for a change. Oh, I can't because I don't have enough money. I gotta go get some coinage. Yay, I want some money. Now get back in there. Oh, bugger off. That's just rotted. Alex the naked kid. Not the kid. Oh, really? The dices are loaded. Oh yeah, why not? Come at me, bro. Oh, come on, really? This game is determined to just see this kid nude. Suck it. You can go walking off naked. Thanks, Tommy, for the question. Did Wolf Harris make this game? Oh, come on, hey, ease up, ease up. This has got Puyo Puyo. Lots of naked kids in this game. No idea. So yeah, this is just Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine before it got skinned. That makes sense. And I always found Puyo Puyo games to be hard. Addictive, but they're just tough. Computers are unfair. But I've seen some ridiculously good Japanese players. And his theme is the Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine 2-player theme, which is awesome. The last boss of this game is Satan. No way! They call their last boss Satan? That's awesome! Hail Satan! Whoop, whoop. So these are lessons. Lesson 1, okay. So it's like a training mode. I didn't realize that. So Dreamcast version of Puyo Puyo Fever is the last officially released, published by Sega game on the Dreamcast. For that system's demise. What drugs were Sega on back in the day, man? They really had to have been doing all the drugs to go from being one of the major players in video gaming to this position that they're in now. It's just ridiculous. And it upsets me as a Sega fanboy because I feel that they've let the fans down. They're slowly picking up the pieces now, but they're only a shell of their former self. They're never going to be in the same they're not going to be the same company that they were back then. It's just such a shame because they were just so weird. No other company was taking the risks that they were taking. That's probably why they suffered afterwards. Hurry up and die, skeleton. They were high on blast processing. That's a valid point. I'll accept that. Oh man, I was setting up a big thing there. Yeah, but when you compare them to DMC and Nintendo, they seem pretty chill. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I would like to continue on, but one, I got some work to do for tomorrow's show, and two, I do need to get some sleep for the show. So, Oh, where is it? There it is. There we go. Oh, come on, hurry up. Generate. Where's my desk? I want me. Thank you. Okay. So thanks for joining. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10:30. It will be live on YouTube. It will be also live on Facebook, Mixer, and on Twitch. Yeah. So all 4 platforms running at once. And then eventually I'll shut down the YouTube version and repost it in a more edited, nicer, cleaner version. Not cleaner as in censored, just cleaner looking, without all the awkward bits. Unless you guys are into the awkward bits. So, oh yeah, get your questions in. Tommy sent one in. I need more questions, so just stick the camera on a Wii U holder. Put it up against something like a bookshelf or something, and just record your question in 1 minute or less, and I will feature it on tomorrow's show. And don't forget, Top Loader, Meow Cheng, and also Uncle Chunt will be on there as well. Film your cats. Yes, that's a thing. Get your cats if you're if you don't like your face being in front of the camera, which I don't understand that. I mean, people. I just noticed something then. Sorry, have a look at that. I'm going to go back to the gameplay just for a second. Have a look. I can't put my finger up too far. Play to win. Win $25,000. Does anyone know who won that? That would be an interesting story. If anyone knew who won the $25,000 for that Vector Man competition. And he's smashing the Genesis logo. No! Anyway, getting back to my point. Yeah, if you're shy and don't like to be in front of a camera, oh no, I'm ugly. Am I pretty enough? If you're too ugly to be in front of the camera, then do what Retro Kaiser does. You chunt your uncle? No, Uncle Chunt. Watch your mouth out, Tiger Max. I don't know if that's the same competition mentioned in Vector Man 2's option mode. Ah, possibly. But yeah, if you're not pretty enough to film yourself asking a question, then film your cat and voice over your cat. Or your dog. Just get creative. And yeah, the best 10 videos always make it into the episodes of the Synth Spacey show. Unfortunately, I think this will have very few questions. That's why I'm begging you guys to send it in to synthspacies@gmail.com and get that sent in. And or if you can't upload the video, send me a link to the Dropbox or Google Drive link, and I will download it and feature you in tomorrow's episode. And now, oh, Uncle Chunt's lurking in the comments section. No, I wasn't saying you're ugly. Hang on. We never mentioned that. That's not what we were saying, Uncle Chunt. Calm down. Remember my very drunk question about MMOS. MMOS. Send in another one. Jog my memory. That'll be an interesting video to see all the questions in a row, and then I just answer them myself. MMOs. Oh, right. Man, I'm just too tired. MMOs. I remember that question, and I don't think it really got the response that I think everyone said, no, we don't play them. What type of question, Spaceys? That itself is a very good question. Anything about current gaming, retro gaming, gaming in general. What game really annoys your tits off? What's your favorite game of all time? Don't ask that. That's a very ordinary game. What game would you like to see released? Is there a game that you just cannot stand? Just get creative. I was so drunk I asked if I could re-record it. Well, yeah, just synthspacies@gmail.com, and if you don't make it for this video, I will put you in the folder for episode number 13. So get cracking and get those videos in. I'm going to go now do some voiceover work before I drop to sleep. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. My name's been Brian, and I've been gaming since Spaceys. Thanks, guys. Bye.
It's in Spaceys. 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 Yeah. It's in Spaceys.